Bam, we're live. Good morning. Sorry for the scheduling error this morning. We are in, all three of us, Caleb, Matt Souza, and myself are all in Arizona. That caused, I believe, the scheduling error. It's funny. I've been here, I don't know, 5 days, and finally, just this morning, my computer finally switched to local time. I don't know what your phone switches as you're driving, right? All of a sudden, you're driving, you cross a time zone, and your iPhone changes automatically. But for some reason, my computer didn't change until this morning. I mean, I was doing the math before. It wasn't like I was ignorant to it. But when we scheduled the show yesterday, somehow it got screwed up and was 1 hour off. But I apologize for that. But we're here. We're visiting you. Look at you outside. Is it cold, Caleb?
No, it's beautiful out this morning. This is pretty perfect.
Hey, I took my Roadcaster. We were having some issues yesterday, so we thought we were going to integrate the Broken Science event with the Roadcaster, and I forgot the Roadcaster at the event. Do I sound okay?
Yeah, you sound good.
Yeah, you sound great too.
Oh, thanks. Got a little rough voice this morning.
And I hear birds and stuff. Were you up late?
Yeah. Probably
Did you just change the background?
Yeah, it was Taylor versus the World.
Oh, thank you. God. Fuck. Yeah. Glad someone's paying attention. You were up late?
Yeah, I don't think we got back till like 11:30.
Hey, did you get to see the rest of the fights?
No. We tried the place we went to next. What wasn't playing? They were playing movies on the TV. I was like, "Why are you? I don't want to watch a movie. I want to watch sports at a bar."
Hey, how was the bar at the hotel? Was it crazy?
Oh, I wasn't even at the hotel. We went to a different bar, but
oh my goodness,
yeah, it was pretty nuts. There's a lot of there's like a biker gang showed up, so that was that was a little scary, but no, they were cool. They're nice people.
Wow. Are you staying at the Ho?
Yeah.
And you're just out on your patio?
Yep, I'm just chilling. It's pretty nice.
Listen, Sevi doesn't love us anymore. Listen. That is not true at all. Sevi, you're looking mighty liberal today. Well, thank you. I'm gonna get off early today. What we're doing, what Caleb and I and Souza are doing is we're filming Greg's Broken Science event along with a few other people. Patrick Rios is here, and a handful of other people. And so I'm just trying to, you know what I mean? Like as I buzz around, I'm trying to dress like the help. I'm just trying to look good. Are you talking about the shirt? Does this shirt look liberal?
Does it look liberal? No,
I think
it looks okay. Looks clean cut. Is that a Born Primitive shirt?
No, it is not a Born Primitive shirt. Okay. This is a collared shirt. I've had this shirt, I bet you, 20 years.
Wow. Costco?
You know when you've had no, I don't think so. Probably like Macy's or Nordstrom's. You know when you've had a shirt for so long that like it's gone through all your body types too? You're like, ooh, I'm fat. Ooh, I'm skinny. Ooh. And it's like, yeah, this is kind of my like I go through phases where I only wear this shirt with a shirt underneath it because it's so big. But if I'm fluffy, I just don't wear the shirt underneath it. It's one of those shirts.
Yeah, I like it. That's good. This sweater's the same for me. I've had it for years. It's
the litmus test if you're fat or not.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let me see. Some people do body fat scans. I'm just going to put on this sweatshirt.
Exactly. Feeling a little fluffy, and all right, time to get back to the gym.
Hey, did Kenneth DeLapp win the $200 from Paper Street Coffee? Was it him?
Yeah. He's the one that said Jason Hopper looks like he's cut out of marble or something like that.
Yeah, awesome.
And Jason liked that, so that was him.
Sevi, you look like a middle-aged white dude. You are the problem. I'll take it. Yesterday, I was at the event. It was completely jam-packed. I'd say there were 100 people there. The speakers were great. Greg was absolutely on his A game. I was getting flashbacks of when he used to do talks at the level 1. And I'm sitting in the back, and I'm sitting in a lawn chair. It's just kind of like most of the chairs there are like, your typical venue chairs, folding chairs, nice folding chairs. And I'm sitting in the back, and this guy I've known for many years, for 10 years, walks up to me from behind, and I feel him push on the back of my head with his hand and push my neck down. And so I hold my head down for like 5 seconds, and then I look up at him, and I go, "What's up?" And he's got this really serious look on his face, and he says to me, "Hey, dude, hold on a second." And he pulls out his camera. Let me see if I can send this to you, Caleb. I don't know what your capabilities are of pulling shit up today, but I'll send this to you. And he pulls out his camera and he takes this picture, and he flips and I stand up, and he flips his camera around, and I look at it, and I'm like, "What's that?" And he goes, "Hey, dude, uh, are those new?" That's my ear, by the way. Look at that. I don't even have really old man hair on my ear yet. And I go, "Is that?" He goes, "Is that new?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Like really new?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, I mean, I don't look at my back of my ears every day, but what the fuck is going on? And he goes, "Hey, dude, you need to have that looked at." I go, "Okay." And he goes, "Within the week."
Oh, he said it like that.
Yeah, and it's this really smart fucking guy who's very worldly, who I have a shit ton of respect for. Like, I really respect the fuck out of this guy. I love being around this guy. He's cool as shit, and he's smart. And he's a black belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. He's just an all around, and he's a voracious reader, and he's always sharing great stories with me. Oh, look at asymmetric ear says ink. So there's a lady, I don't even know her, but she's from, remember when I had that bump on my back and I was freaking out?
Right.
Okay. So so the guy tells me, he goes, "Hey, those are asymmetrical spots you have with irregular borders. And you got
Yeah.
to have that looked at. That's not good. Like, you want a perfectly round one so you can be like, hey, it's a mole or it's a wart." Oh, look, you're extra sloppy. I'm a blue belt. You're fine. So there's this lady in the chat who I don't know her, but I just know she, I've exchanged phone numbers with her when I had the bump on my back, and I would send pictures to her, and then she would send the pictures to her mom, who's a dermatologist, right? So I immediately send this picture to her, right? And then I also send the picture to my mom and my sister. And my sister writes back, "Hey, man, you need to stop drinking." That's my sister's advice. And like, I'm at the bar every night, drunk and shit.
Just partying.
Yeah. And then I'm sitting there, and then I also took a screenshot. I took a screenshot of this, and I sent it to my doctor at Kaiser, the dermatologist who froze the wart off my back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to act cool, like making jokes with the guy who spotted it, like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Oh, yeah, I have cancer." And then I'm like, "Just kidding. I'm not
Right.
worried at all." But I am worried. I'm tripping. I don't hear a word the second speaker says because I'm Googling melanoma. So this chick from the chat responds back to me, and she goes, "Hey, man, it's a scab." And I'm feeling it, and I'm like, "That's not a scab." And I'm thinking, what do you think I am, some sort of fucking idiot? Like, telling me it's a scab. I know what a fucking scab is. I'm not a moron. So I go to the back where the guy spotted. I'm like, "Hey, dude, can you touch my ear and tell me if that's like a scab?" And he rubs my ear. He goes, "No, dude, that's not a scab." So right back to the girl, I go, "Hey, dude, it's not a fucking scab, dude." So she writes back and she goes, "Well, get a wet paper towel and wipe it, and and you'll see it's a scab. It'll wipe off, and there'll be blood there." And I write back to her again. I'm like, "No, you're fucking nuts. Like, what are you talking about?" So I sit there for 20 minutes. My mom and my sister are like, "Please keep us posted. You know, it doesn't look good, blah, 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 whatever." So I get up, I get a paper towel. I see I have a little bit of water left in my plastic water bottle that's 95% water and 5% microplastics. And I pour it on my paper towel, and I wipe my ear. And I look at the paper towel, and one of those dots is now on the paper towel. So I jump up,
Oh,
but I'm like panicking. I'm like, "Oh my God, I just disturbed the cancer. I wiped the mole off." Do you know what I mean? I'm
I
like,
just
this shit.
cured myself of cancer. I just pulled it off of my ear.
I'm like, this shit's gonna spread now. I've disturbed it. I
Oh,
shouldn't have fucking
jeez.
disturbed it. You know what I mean? It's like I stepped on an anthill. Now all the ants are out. I
Yeah,
seriously think, oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
God, this is. So I walk to the back where this guy is, right? I'm like, "Hey, dude, I wiped it and one of them came off." And he goes, give me that paper towel. And he wipes it. At first he goes, don't let that thing get on me. I don't want your cancer. So I
As if it's
take it.
contagious.
So I take that thing and I put it on my finger, and I'm taking like all sorts of pictures of it from the side and shit, trying to figure out what it is. And then he wipes it and the other one comes off. And right then, Andrew Hiller walks by. He was taking photos at this event. And he says, hey, dude. And I go, what? He knows right away what's going on. He goes, those black marks are from your headset. And I have these Sony headsets that are old as fuck that I use for my podcast. And it was this stuff peeling off.
Okay.
So in 1 hour, I had cancer and I cured myself.
Wow. I would not have guessed that. But that makes sense.
I was so happy to text my mom and my sister back. Be like, I'm good. I'm cured. Fuck.
What a roller coaster.
I'm fucking cured. I almost went out and got the COVID vaccine ever since Biden said that the mRNA vaccine not only cures you of COVID, but of cancer. I was like going to run out and get it.
That's right. That's right. He said that. State of the Union.
There's the lady who recommended the book The Moth and the Iron Lung to me. I've told you guys about that book. It's the history of the polio disease and the vaccine. She said that when her mom was a kid, on the front of the newspaper every morning, they had a huge ticker of how many people have died from polio.
Whoa.
Sound familiar? Same exact fucking playbook. Not on TV sets, but on the newspaper. And they kept a tally. Yeah, Sevi, the man that wipes cancer off. Yeah. That should be, yeah. Jody Lynn, sounds like when Haley told you she was pregnant on April Fool's Day. Yeah, this was bad though. Yeah, it's a miracle. Okay, so here's the thing. You ready, Renee? Here's the thing. If you have not read this book and you have kids, or you're thinking about having kids, or you for some reason are skeptical and you think that any of the vaccines work, you have to read this book. This is not an anti-vaccine book at all. This is a book about the history of polio. Listen to this fucking book. 4.8 stars, 729 ratings. This book is unbelievable. I'm going to get this guy Forrest on the podcast. Or gal, really cool. Or whatever it is. Sorry, I didn't mean to miss genitalia you. So here's the deal when you say it's a miracle. Because I hang out with you fucking Christian wingnuts. I'll tell you this one. I'm sitting there and we're in a basketball gymnasium that's, what would you say? It's the structure's built.
Yeah, the skeleton's there.
Yeah, the building's 50% done. The structure's like 100% done. I mean, there's steel beams and walls and 4x6s everywhere, not a 2x4 in sight. I mean, a massive building, right?
Yeah. That's a good point. There are no 2x4s. No twigs in that building.
No. And we're sitting in there, and we're on the concrete floor, and I'm sitting in the lawn chair, and I look up at the ceiling. It's a beautiful ceiling. It's got these steel, I think those things are called trusses. They're like triangles that hold this massive roof up, and there's a shitload of them. And I look up there, and I'm like, oh, man, is it time to pray to you, God? I'm ready to make a deal. You know the deal I made with God my senior year in high school, right?
No, I don't think I know this.
So I got called into the counselor's office.
Okay.
And in my senior year, I was only taking 3 classes. I got kicked out of whatever. I was a senior, like in pre-algebra. You know what I mean? Like with the 6th graders from the school across the street. I got kicked out of there. I got kicked out of like my social studies class. And then I was only taking like probably 4 or 5 classes to begin with. So I before lunch, I was done with school. So I get called into the counselor's office, and there's a month left in school. And she says, hey, Sevon. And I'm like, what? And she says, you're not going to graduate from high school. I go, what do you mean? She goes, you just don't have enough units.
What?
And she's holding my fucking transcript. And I'm like, I feel my tear ducts turn on. I just imagine telling my mom I'm not going to graduate from high school. I'm so fucking stressed out, right?
Yeah.
She says, "Hey, I can go get your official transcripts though if you want. We can double check." And I said, "Sure." Renee, touch me, Sevon, and cure me. Yes, I will. I will touch you for sure. I'll make an attempt. Definitely make an attempt. You have a yeast infection, I'll cure that shit right up, Renee. So she goes and gets my official transcripts, and she leaves the room, and I just get right at it. Dear God, I'm so sorry. I've never prayed to you. I can't even believe I'm praying to you now. But I want to make some sort of deal with you to help me graduate. And I promise something. I don't even remember what I fucking promised, but I remember I was in full prayer mode, singularly focused on this abstract entity. Just
Promise to be a good boy for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that's how desperate I am. Yeah, shit like that. I promise I won't shoot the neighbor's dog with my BB gun anymore. I promise I won't kill any more birds. I promise, like, you know what? I mean, I was a bad kid. I did, you know.
I promise I won't
shit.
jaywalk.
Yeah, I promise. Like, as I drive by girls, I won't stare at their boobs as they're walking by on the street. Like, I was a horrible. I'm a horrible human being. I've done some horrible shit. I promise I'll wipe my butt until all the poop's off. I mean, I'm fucking. I'm pulling out all the stops.
Jeez.
I only shot the dog with a 1 pump, like you know what I mean, just like a little. Nothing. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And she comes back, and she says, "Oh my goodness!" And there's all these loose pieces of paper in my folder, and I recognize them. She goes, "You do have enough units to graduate exactly." I go, "Oh, how come?" And she said, "Because you did all the plays in high school. So in high school, after school, I did the after school plays. And I would always just like right after school, I'd go hang out with, and I started my freshman year because that's where all the older girls were, right?
Yeah, right.
So I just did, so I did the plays, and that gave me enough units. Yeah. And so some people would be like, that's weird. Like, I wasn't like, "Hey, fuck you, God, I did it. I don't need your help." Like, I don't know how that shit works. Like, for all I know, like, I don't know how that works, but I graduated. I prayed and I graduated.
That's confirmation, right? Like,
yeah,
it's real.
So listen, I had cancer, and so then I looked up at the rafters yesterday. While we're in a talk about probability and uncertainty, that's
and other
basically
universes.
That's basically just debunking God. The whole thing was debunking God. But I'm in the fucking back. And next thing you know, I don't have cancer.
Cured. There you go.
I mean, I don't know how this shit works, but
you're 2 for 2 praying to God.
Yeah, I don't want to say yeah, it was a trip. People there thinking I'm in the back having this profound life fucking changing experience. I mean, that's my life every day. That's why it's so amazing being me. Other people are just sitting around drinking fucking bubbly water, listening about uncertainty. And I'm fucking having a fucking religious experience in the back.
They're having a religious experience too. They just don't know it. There's an awakening happening.
Yes. Yeah, okay. They're just a few steps behind me. I go straight to the source. They have to fucking work through Greg and his buddies.
Yeah. Gerd Gigerenzer's got to tell them all about it.
Yeah. I'm not CrossFit Jesus. I'm like the leper. I'm a CrossFit leper. I'm the leper that Jesus touched and cured.
You know who did look like Jesus though is Cheeto Vera after that, at the end of that fight last night. I saw pictures of it. He looked like he just got beat the shit out of him.
That was the weirdest fight ever, dude. I came home after we got kicked out of Greg's house and I got the fight. First of all, our boy Jack De La Maddalena, who's been on the podcast at least once, I want to say twice, fucking beat Gilbert Burns. That's a change of the tides right there, baby. That we're in a new era now. Yeah. That's as much of a striker as you get strikers, beating one of the best jiu-jitsu guys in the world. That's a trip, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't realize he was going to fight him, and I was like, dang, if Jack Della Maddalena pulls this off, he's a contender. I think that's a huge step in that weight class.
Yeah, now he has to fight someone like Usman or some shit, or fucking Colby Covington, or like something crazy is going to happen now.
Yeah, top dog for sure.
Yeah, Ian Gary. Let him and Ian Gary should fight. Hey, you know what I think it is too? So Sugar Sean was just a trouble for Cheeto Vera because he kept him so. Oh my God, he does look like he did turn him into Jesus. Holy shit. He beat you up so bad he turned you into Jesus.
Exactly. And then like just like the blood and sweat coming off of Mother Mary on there. That's
wow.
Damn.
So Cheeto just was terrified of Sugar Sean. He would just do this the whole fight. He would run up to him and then just put his hands up.
What?
It was bizarre. You have to see the fight. It was so bizarre. And I think that's what I think that Gilbert Burns went into that ring, and when he saw how big Jack Della Maddalena was, Maddalena could just keep the distance.
Yeah, he's got reach, doesn't he?
Yeah, and I
He's a
think
tall
he
guy.
I think he felt something in there that doesn't translate to TV. You could definitely see it with Cheeto. Cheeto, you could definitely see it. You could see Sugar Sean could keep. I mean, he's so long, right? And so you could see that he could keep Cheeto at distance the whole time, the whole entire fight.
Yeah.
It was more difficult to see in the Burns Maddalena fight, but it would be awesome to see Maddalena fight Ian Gary. You know who Ian Gary is?
Yeah.
The British guy who changed his last name to his wife's last name.
That's right. Machado.
Yeah.
I still don't understand
and his wife wrote the book on how to fuck famous athletes, how to be an old lady and how to be an older lady and bang young successful athletes.
Dang, I need to learn. I need to read that book.
Hey, you know what's crazy is he got all sorts of shit for that. But as opposed to what, being a young athlete and just banging skanks. Like so what if she wrote a book on how to attract younger wealthy men?
There must be a formula to it.
Is there something wrong with wanting to be with a young rich young athlete? Sounds fun to me.
Yeah, if you're into cougars, it's cool.
And she's hot as shit. Have you seen her?
Yeah, she's pretty cute.
Yeah, she's a smoke show. Even if she's not cute, what if she was fucking ugly as shit and she did it? Good on her. I mean, for her.
If that guy's down for it, sure.
Yeah. By the way, that book only needs to be 1 page long.
What does it need to say?
Suck that cock. Just blow him into oblivion. Sorry, babe. I know it's early. Oh, I got the death stare from across the room. Yeah. Page 1, blow him. Page 2, blow him again. Oh, yeah. She's incredible. Yeah. That's what 40. Smile. Yeah. Black don't crack. Wait, she's not black. Whatever. Brazilians don't crack. Whatever she is.
Brazilian.
Yeah. I wonder where Sousa is. You think Sousa's hungover?
Oh, he just daylight savings.
What, today?
Today's daylight savings.
Oh.
That's why.
Oh. Where did you see that? Where did you learn that?
Sousa just texted us. No, Sousa just texted us.
Oh.
That makes so much sense.
So it's a double whammy. We were in you went back a time zone, I went forward a time zone, and they changed the clocks.
Yep. Yeah.
I didn't think Arizona played that finger fuck. I thought they just kept like one time zone.
Yeah.
By the way, I think that's a Too Short reference. Does anyone know? I don't play that finger fuck. I think that, or is that NWA? It's Too Short. My wife's like, yeah, from the back. How the fuck do you know that? Jesus Christ.
Your wife's a savage, dude.
Act your age. She's just like, yeah. I just hear, she's like on her computer. I just hear this, yeah. I listen to Too Short. Yeah. I have a cup of coffee, please? I'm not feeling as peppy as I should. I definitely don't need one. I'll get the jitters, but I need something hot to drink. So I don't have cancer. Susan got lost in the time change. But you can't use time change really as an excuse anymore because the devices are just like,
It just automatically changes.
yeah, they just unravel shit. Hey, you can hang out in here and talk on the phone. It's cool. 3-story house, no problem. You chill in here. I like having you nearby. Sweet. It's nice hearing your voice. I'm doing the show. You making flight schedule changes for people. That's really cute. I took control of the fucking conference yesterday.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the video on that. That was fucking hilarious.
You guys, it is absolutely, and this is gonna sound so stupid. If it wasn't for you guys every morning, I wouldn't have been able to do this. I know this is weird, but you guys at this show and you guys, Kenneth, you in particular, and Olivia, not you, Roy. I don't even know who you are. But the rest of you, besides Roy, you guys have, Audrey, of course, Audrey. Even though I saw your comment the other day saying that Brian's show is your favorite show. I'll let that pass.
Woof.
But you guys have given me such a huge motivation and backbone to do the things I'm doing. This weekend was fucking crazy. Because normally I'm just like I mean I prepare and I work hard, but there's no pressure on me to fail because I don't take money from anyone. And this week I had 2 paid gigs. Basically, the Taylor Self versus the World, Born Primitive had invested money in that, that. And then Greg had, paid money to fly us out and put us up in hotels and get this filmed for him. So there was nothing, there was no time for amateur hour. And I usually just hang out in amateur hour. There was no, you know what I mean?
Yes.
There's no room for failure. There's like, you can't be like, oh, I fucked up, or I was holding a piss in half the day yesterday because I didn't want to leave the camera. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I know it.
Just fucking around all the time.
Yeah, just fucking around. Yeah, like I'd have been outside hanging out or like whatever, talking to my wife, playing with my kids. Like I didn't even have my kids with me all day. I was serious as a heart attack.
Yeah,
so
that's weird.
And so to have Thursday over. No, so Thursday we had the 3 shows. Then Friday we had Taylor Self versus the World, and then yesterday we had that filming. And I'm like, oh, now I know what it's like to be you guys and have a real job. It was crazy. It was crazy, dude. It was like a weekend of like. Did you ever take your SATs?
Yeah.
Like I didn't sleep like the month before that. I don't know why. Like I just once I got there, I just filled in the bubbles anyway. Just like I didn't even. Exactly. I just filled in the bubbles as fast as I could, and I was the last one done.
You're trying to fill them too perfectly,
dude. I was so hungover when I took my SATs. Water coming out of my eyes, dripping onto my paper, just from being. You know when you're tired and your eyes are watering. Yeah. It was a fucking joke.
Did you have to write the essay? Did they have the essay for that at the time?
I don't remember.
Probably not.
I just remember lying to all my friends when I got the score. My score was like 600. Yeah. I think I told people I got a 1200, but I think really I had like a 700 or an 800, and I literally did just fill in the bubbles. But I think there was something on there that like you just got 400 points for filling your name out right or something. There's some
there's like a minimum.
Yeah,
and they never I don't think they like deduct points. It was just like if you got it right, you got a point. If you didn't get it right, no foul or something like that.
No lose a point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it felt, man, I'm so glad. And what's the lady's name who has the business with Greg? The blonde lady with the giant. Yeah. Emily was there. And afterwards, she walked up to me and she goes, man, you really killed it. You made my job so much easier because she runs the event. And so she's like, I didn't have to worry about anything. You were in such control. I'm like, holy fuck. No one's ever said anything that nice to me. It was kind of cool. Like I acted cool though. I'm like, yeah, no problem, anytime. And then she's like, yeah. And then she's like, hey, I know you probably can't make it to all these. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'll come to like, what do you mean? Like, which one have I missed? I hate it when people say shit like that. Like, went to my fucking grandfather's funeral. My stepmom's like, "Thanks for coming."
But
Yeah,
I didn't have a choice.
yeah. Like, I know it's your event, but I'm like a fucking a wart on Greg's dick. If Greg's doing something, I'm there. Like, what do you mean? I don't know if you can come to all of them. The fuck are you talking about?
She just doesn't want to make you feel obligated.
Sevi and Control were their cocktails. You know, I just haven't been drinking. I haven't been for some reason. I just stopped drinking. I'm not no reason in particular. I just haven't been like I haven't been. I think yesterday I had one tequila and soda, but my drinks are so weak I could drink 20 of those. I've been just chilling. And you know what's crazy is people have been saying on the show, "Hey man, your skin looks good," and I'm like, "Oh, that's weird. I wonder why." But now that I think about it, I fucking having a sip of alcohol in it.
Maybe you just have beauty mode on in your FaceTime camera or something.
I don't. I checked.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's a fucking
just
hell of a
have-
compliment. That's a hell of a compliment. Let me see.
Yeah.
Where do I
Just got
go for
beautiful skin.
beauty mode? Virtual background? No. Recording?
It's in that little like FaceTime camera on the top, and then you just I think it's portrait mode or something.
Oh yeah, portrait mode. Here. Now I'm in portrait mode. That didn't do anything to me. My creators look just as deep. Oh, studio lighting. Let me do that.
My creators.
Oh, that looks nice. I click studio lighting.
This isn't a brown sweatshirt, Adam. It's black. Just sitting in the sun.
Hey, you could probably exfoliate. Are you washing your face with Matuthian? You could probably exfoliate your face with Matuthian. Oh my God. Do you know the Matuthian story? Have you heard this, Caleb?
Yeah, I want to know.
Oh, fuck. So the Matuthian is selling like crazy, as it should. And so they got behind on orders because they fucking ran out of jars. He's like, holy fuck. Like we can't even believe it's going out like this. And they make this shit there in Portsmouth. So they get more jars and they fill before he left town, they're fucking working around the clock. They're working on the weekends and they filled in all the orders and then the more orders are pouring in. And I'm like, hey, can you bring me some? Cause I paid for my jar too. I only got one jar. And I'm like, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to try to bring you like 10 jars. And I wanted a bunch of jars so that I could give jars to Rios. Patrick Rios, so he could like have a few jars to play with to make like, commercials and shit.
Yeah.
So Dale King comes and he hands me this cardboard box. And he goes, hey, dude, there's 10 jars in here. I'm like, holy shit.
Ooh.
Yeah. Fucking $300 worth of Matuthian.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I go to open the box. I don't know where the box is.
Oh, no.
I have no idea where the fucking box is. And there were people there that I wanted to give some to, like the guy who diagnosed me with cancer and cured me.
Yeah.
So I texted Dale late last night, and I'm like, hey, dude, I can't find the box. I'm a dipshit. He's like, we'll find it. Richard Brosdo, my Matuthian arrived yesterday. Total game changer. I can't stop running my tongue over my teeth. Feels like I just had a cleaning. Yeah, it's dope. It's fucking incredible. I know. It's awesome.
Huh.
Yeah, I know. It sucks. 10 jars. Hey, dude, it's like buying a carton of cigarettes and I lost them.
Very expensive cigarettes.
Yeah. When I smoked, I never bought a carton of cigarettes. I don't know why I never did that.
Is it cheaper? Is that how that works?
I don't know, but I would have felt like a fucking rock star just having a whole carton.
Yeah.
My dad used to own a liquor store, and he sold cartons. And I would be a little kid, and I'd be working the cash register, and people would I'll take a carton of this, and I would sell it to him. And what's crazy is, at the time, I didn't put two and two together, but those people must have felt like gods when they walked out of there.
What is it, like a 20-pack or something? That's crazy.
Yeah. What do you think about this? The two-handed coffee drink.
If it's really full,
gay, I suck cock.
A little gay, a little fruity. If it's like extra full, then yeah. Or if it's like cold and the drink is hot, then I'll do that.
The there was this comment. I don't get a lot of these, but there was that comment that I read before 24.2 where the guy says, I didn't know you were a MAGA racist nut job. And like, I'm totally okay with being called a MAGA nut job. I fully get it. Like, I used to hate Trump for no reason too. Like, I fully get it. You don't like his hair. You don't like when he was shooting the 3-pointers with the paper towels to the poor Puerto Ricans. You don't like the weird handshake shit. I totally get it. I totally get it. You're offended because he says the word Mexican, or that he calls it the China virus. I fully get it. I mean, you're wrong, but I get it because I used to be like that. But to call me a racist is like, the liberals are trying to pass laws that make it okay to be a minor attracted person. They're trying to make it okay to molest children, right? I'm not trying to pass any, like, let's say I was racist. What the fuck would that look like? Like, what would that look like? Like, I start a petition, no more black guys in the NFL? Like, what the fuck would that look like if I was racist?
You got a big old hood on your head.
I'm just trying to think of like one thing that you could remotely say. I'm not trying to pass any laws that make life harder for black people. Donald Trump was promoting the 49ers. Of course he was. A lot of people think the vaccines work, dude. Of course he was. The distinction is, and listen carefully, because I know distinction's hard for retards. And you know fake Sevon's dumb as a box of fucking rocks. And I also know that I'm reading into this because maybe you do know this, but you don't. Willing to bet the house you don't. He was not trying to make it mandatory. He was not trying. Hey, listen, it's like the difference between selling cigarettes and forcing people to smoke them when they're 3. There's an enormous difference there. Those aren't even like butted up against each other. It's not like, well, the next thing that's going to happen after you sell cigarettes, we're going to start forcing 3-year-olds to smoke. It doesn't work like that. There's tons of people. Hey, listen, I thought my wife was a complete nut job when she didn't get our kids vaccinated.
Like the kid vaccine, it's like the babies,
like the 72 vaccines, the 72 shots and 18 vaccines you need before you're 12 years old or some shit, whatever that crazy insane schedule is.
It's a fuckload, dude.
A fuckload.
What's crazy is this is horrible, but some parents will like forget or like they don't get them vaccinated on a proper schedule, and they'll have to like start going to daycare or something because they can't stay home.
Yeah.
And so they bring them in and they have to get updated from, they're like 3 or 4 years old. And so now they have to get all of their vaccines basically at once
to get caught up.
It's so shitty.
Hey, you guys know that there's not a single study that studies the effects of the mixture of the vaccines. So, you know, when you get home and you look at when you go to the doctor and you've taken fucking 18 Tylenol before you go because of whatever fucking issue you're having, and they give you Vicodin and you get home and it says do not mix with Tylenol. There's nothing like that with the fucking vaccines.
No, there is not.
Just
it says, you could have a fever when you get home.
Listen, and if I'm no better than Donald Trump, I'm no smarter than him. I never stopped and thought, well, that's weird. If you don't take these drugs, they won't let your kids go to school. Like, my kids can't go to school. My kids are not allowed where other kids are allowed because they haven't taken the mandatory drugs. Just think about that. If you're still sitting on the fence, find a doctor, and it's not easy, but find a doctor that works with kids who aren't vaccinated and kids who are vaccinated both, and just ask them anecdotally, hey, what's the difference between kids who are vaccinated and not vaccinated? Ask them. Any doctor in the world, ask them what the difference is. One who works with both.
One's
You will
slimy
get
grease balls. The other ones are clean and healthy.
yes, you will get a profound you will get a profound the unvaccinated kids, you never hear their parents like saying they got an ear infection or an eye infection or a nose infection or they have eczema or like it's wild. It's absolutely wild. I met a lady yesterday. I'd known her for a while. She has 3 kids, and she got 2 of her kids vaccinated, fully vaccinated. And one of them, she didn't give any vaccines because she started listening to the show. She's like, "Oh my god!" She's like, "I wish I would have done that. I wish I would have known sooner." I'm not saying that you should feel bad. I'm not saying you should feel bad. By the way, I mean, at all, you should not. But you also shouldn't defend it just because you did it. Do you know what I mean? You shouldn't be like, "Oh, my kids are all vaccinated. They're fine." Like, hey, like, there's lots of kids who aren't fine. And actually, and you don't even know. There's no study showing there's no control group. There's no study that shows that all the people who have blah 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 cancer also got these 3 vaccines together. There's no one's studying that. So no one knows. Like, we don't know. And listen, I'm all vaccinated up too. I'm fully vaccinated. My mom took me. I want to say, I'm trying to think if they gave them to us at school.
I think they used to.
Yeah, I want to say that I got some shots at school even.
School nurse just whipping them out.
I can't even imagine now I guess for what a MAGA nut job I am. I can't imagine getting anything done at CV. I can't imagine going to CVS to get something done. Like, I can't imagine walking into a CVS and letting some dude there fucking inject me with something. I just
Really?
no, I don't know. How crazy was it that during COVID you just rolled up in your car and they just did you up in your car?
To like a shack in some mall parking lot. They just set up shacks or like little overhang, like structures, and people drive through, and you got some random Air National Guard dude jabbing people up.
Wad Zombie, CVS is good for Plan B. That's the abortion pill.
Yeah.
Drops the kid off the lining. I saw a video. So this is how stupid fucking liberals are. They've called the National Guard down to the New York City subway.
Yes.
Like,
they can't patrol them well enough. There's not enough cops.
And they're searching people's bags. I've ridden the New York City subway 100 times, and 100 times I've had incidents. I've never got on the New York City subway and not seen something where someone should have been arrested. Not once. And this was 20 years ago or 30 years ago when the city was safe. Have you ever been on the New York City subway?
Yeah. A few times.
Did you see some shit like someone yelling on the
always?
Or you're just sitting there minding your own business and 4 kids walk in and they're like, "Okay, everyone, we're gonna walk around with a fucking hat and you're gonna give us some money." And you're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
I can't even believe it's America.
Yeah. Jumping through the little railings or just
being
obnoxious. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
You always see inappropriate shit in there. Always. That none of those incidents I saw required the National Guard. They just required cops to be like, "Hey, you can never ride the subway again."
Yeah.
Get their ID, give them a fucking ticket. If they don't pay the ticket, put a warrant out for their arrest. Yeah, like
they just don't have any cops anymore, so they're like, shit.
Listen, I don't need being white is not a privilege. Riding the subway is a privilege. If you can't follow the rule, I don't think, like, necessarily. I don't know if I'm going to say this right. I don't think that the Constitution protects you in the subway. Meaning, there should be different rules in the subway. You come in there with your radio on too loud, right? You're toast. You're
Okay.
toast. Yeah, you get a ticket. Fuck it. Here, you ready for this? There's a pregnant woman standing next to you and you're sitting down and you're an able-bodied 18-year-old male. You're toast. Like, just make the rules fucking strict. No breakdancing in the subway.
Yeah, I like that one.
No breakdancing. No yelling at people. Any incidents of verbal altercation, you're being hostile towards someone. No ride in the subway.
Straight
Like
to jail.
stuff that, yeah, not straight to jail, but you just can't ride the subway anymore. You get a fucking ticket. It's just different. Like, it is a place. It's like your car. I don't require you to wear a seatbelt when you're walking around, but in the car, there's different rules. The government can tell you have to wear this seatbelt. You have to wear this piece of apparel. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what's this? I like it already.
To take the protesters away. Where are they? This kind of behavior is never tolerated. No trial, no nothing. Journalists, we have a special jail for journalists. You're stealing, you jail right away.
Is
You drive
that comedy?
slow jail. You're charging too high prices for sweaters, glasses. You right to jail.
Oh. Is that comedy? Please tell me that's comedy.
Yeah, Parks and Rec.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm fine with there being rules in the subway that are not that break your constitutional right. It's different. It's like the car. It's like it's like the motorcycle helmet law, right?
Yeah.
I'm perfectly okay down in the subway. One strike, you're out. Fuck you. A 7-year-old boy or a 7-year-old girl should be able to ride the subway by herself. Like I used to do when I was fucking 10 years old, ride the subway from Pleasant Hill to San Francisco. No problem. 20 stops, whatever. I never had, all the time. I never had to worry about fucking anything. Adam, I typed it in before you brought it up. Listen, Adam, this is an interactive show. Stay focused. You don't bring shit up on your computer. You fucking hit the full screen and watch this show full screen.
If you want to do my job, go for it.
It's fucking crazy. And so now, just like so much shit in this country, because of fucking, because we tolerate the fucking idiots. Everyone has to be searched.
Yeah.
I've seen this lady coming down the escalator with a bag and a backpack and headphones on, and they pull her off to the side. Listen, you fucking idiots. It's never any women either. Like, if you're a fucking cop somewhere and you're searching a woman, you're a fucking idiot 9 out of 10 times. It's never the women, dude. The women aren't doing anything.
Maybe playing the violin in the
Yeah, leave the fucking women alone. It's the dudes. It's dudes. You know what they look like. They all look the same. They all look the same. Regardless if they're white or black, their hair is unkept and they look like they haven't, and they're malnourished and they're skinny and they're like flailing around. You know what I mean? You can see the guy, right?
Yeah, they can't control their body. Yeah, that's fucking.
Start by just scooping up all. Usually I pick on fat people. Just start by picking up all the people who are malnourished. They have the caved in chest. They're like this. You know the guy.
I've seen a few of them this week.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? I swear to God, this is true. This isn't a generalization. This is a fact. When I lived in the Bay Area up north in Oakland and Berkeley, every day I got in my car, there was a black dude who would cross the street and look at me like it's a green light for me, and the light would turn green and I'd start to go, and he would cross the street, but in the crosswalk, and just look at me. What? Do something. It's like just 100%. If you're black, you can cross the street. Doesn't matter the color of the light. I'm not even. There's no exaggeration here. There's no hyperbole. Someone who drives in the Bay Area on the streets in Oakland and Berkeley, tell me I'm wrong. Every day, a black person will walk in front of you on the crosswalk if the light is red. So I moved to Santa Cruz where there's no black people. The white fucking people, they don't even use the fucking crosswalk. It's just fucking meth heads scampering fucking across the fucking road. At least the fucking black people, okay, they're going to be in the crosswalk and they're like trying to stick it to you. Like, fuck you, whitey. These fucking white crackheads, I don't see it as often, but I do see it once a week. They just scamper across the road. You have no, and it's hey dude, and it's always a tall, skinny guy, white. You can see the white, skinny guy, right? He's like, he went too far with his Jesus look. It's like if Jesus did, they all look like Jesus, but if he smoked crack, like their posture's all fucked up. Their pants are disgusting. You look at their pants,
scabs all
smell
over the
them.
place.
Oh my God, it's fucking crazy.
Disgusting.
Oh my God. Now listen. If you think that's, thank you. See, Sleeky, you're a racist. Yeah. Listen, this is, I know you're joking, but that's the problem. It's because I'm talking to stupid people who don't see the difference between correlation and cause and effect. They don't see the difference between observation and racist. It's the same people who thought Trump was racist when he said Mexico and Venezuela are sending over their worst people. Like, obviously, it has nothing to do with skin color. You're not born with darker skin, and all of a sudden you just think that you can cross the street on a red light. That's why it's funny. It's a joke because it's so absurd. But there is a continuity you can see in it. It's still a fact. It's still a fact that I observed it. But there's no way in fucking hell that someone's born with their DNA saying you hey, whatever you do, hate white people. That's enforced by liberals. That behavior, the way that black guy crossing the street treats me and not following orders, that was enforced to him by liberals who call people like me racist because they believe black people are inferior and should be able to get away with that because of their skin color. You're the one making that attribution as cause and effect, not me. I know it's a correlate. I'm not stupid. You are. I don't think black people, I don't think Chinese people are born and because they're Chinese, they have a higher chance of getting a PhD in math. I don't think it's because they're Chinese. I think it's because whatever culture, the way they're raised. We could do the same thing to fucking any group of people. I don't think Jews make good accountants because they're Jews. I'm fucking nuts. Sevon, stop arguing with no one. Oh, okay, fine. Hey, dude, I got a show to fill up. Hey,
What do you want us to do?
Hey, you know why I'm coming out so hot today is because yesterday the show was ass. Yesterday I was just fucking dragging. Yeah, yeah, I was just dragging. Adam Blakeslee, obviously you don't send over your best people. Yeah. Hey, listen, the thing is your best people are coming over legally, right? Your best people are following the rules. How about when Trump came? So those of you who think I'm a MAGA nut job, I want to help you out here. Trump nut job. I was sitting in a room with 40 people yesterday, 30 people watching the fights at the UFC. And when speaking of black people, and I act so like a black person. And when Trump came in the room, I start yelling at the TV. I'm so excited. I'm like those black people you see in the movie theater. I'm like, yeah, Trump. Everyone else is like,
no, there were more people that were in
in
agreement with you. Yeah, that whole room got pretty rowdy real quick when
I jumped up. Like I was like, yeah, my boy.
Yeah, people were stoked about that. I was like, holy shit, is this real? Where am I?
Yeah, that was so cool.
That was wild. My goodness. I did not expect that.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was cool. Hey, what's cool too is all the fighters after the fight go over and talk to him.
Yeah, they're just cool with him. Like
black, white, and other. They all go over and like they all go to the fence and like,
what's up, Big Daddy Trump?
Yeah, I don't think any of them are like, fuck you, I'm voting Biden. I don't think any of them said that, right?
I don't think so either. Yeah, but that was pretty wild. Everybody was pretty stoked about that.
It is an interesting phenomenon that the ghetto is turning for Trump. Right? Like, because the even they're done with the lawlessness that the liberals have let in. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like before, it used to just be you just hang out in front of your fucking local liquor store and sell some crack, and there's still some order, and the cops come and you run away. Like everyone wants order, even the bad guys.
Right.
But
Now
the
it's just
fucking
like it's too much.
oh yeah, it's just out of control. And they probably don't like it because just all the kids are just fucking running rampant. I mean, crime. The number of people involved in crime now is nuts. Oh shit, Daniel Garrity. The pillow guy will have to be defense secretary at this point. Hey, dude, you know what's so funny that you say that? Because sitting next to Trump 2 seats over was what's the guy's name? Will I Am? What's
The rapper, yeah, the artist. Yeah.
No, the white zit-faced white kid who got kicked off of YouTube. I think he was a Nelk boy,
Oh,
maybe. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe I'm getting my dudes.
Yeah. Will
Anyway,
Can Do It.
what is it?
Will Can Do It.
It is it, oh, what did I say? Will I Am? Oh,
Yeah.
Will Can Do It. Is it Will? Sam can do it.
Maybe Sam can.
It's not
whatever.
Will. But it is I Can Do It, I think. Steve will do it. Steve will do it.
Maybe.
Jesus criminy.
Some fucking white boy name can do it.
Yeah. Steve will do it. Yeah. I think he's on steroids, by the way. But anyway, he got kicked off. He's sitting 2 seats over from Trump. And you know he's buddies with Trump for sure, right? Oh, my God. Look at Steve will do it. His avatar picture is him and Sugar Sean. Oh, he is an elk boy. Those guys don't even look 21 years old. Oh, my God. Look how good Dana White looks now. What happened to Dana? He looks so good.
Well, he didn't. He had like a crisis. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, and the guy who preaches CrossFit but calls it something else saved his life.
Yeah, he's like, you're gonna die within 5 years if you don't stop what you're doing, and then he changed his entire life, and now he looks like that.
What are they dropping those drinks in? Water?
I think those are beers, probably.
So those dudes are friends. That is a Nelk boy. The Kyle or Steve will do it's a Nelk boy.
I think they both are.
What does that mean, Nelk boy?
I have no idea.
Oh, they dropped it in beer. That's their drink, Big Daddy drink.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't look. That guy, the steroid guy, does not look like he feels so good. He's hurting. Wow. Watch that again. Don't try this at home. He does not. Look how red he is. I mean, Dana looks great. He's not all puffy anymore. He's not red. And when that guy who helped him talks, I just hear him preaching CrossFit.
Yeah.
He's like Greg Glassman, but 20 years late.
Just repurposing other people's shit.
Totally. Irish car bomb. That's what that's called?
No, Irish car bomb is Guinness and Jameson, I think.
Watch the dude with the unranked shirt on. He does not like this. He already made a bad face. He's fucked. Yeah. He holds himself like a girl that like doesn't want to kiss a guy. Look at his whole body language gets a little. Let me see.
He's like,
yeah,
I don't feel so good. Haha, yeah, good job. I'm gonna fucking throw up now.
Damn, friends with Dana. Oh yeah, look, there he is. Yeah, there they are with Trump.
Damn, all of them.
Yeah, maybe that's gonna be our Secretary of Defense. That kid.
that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a real great choice.
Oh man, yeah. So he's got. Look at Tom. Every third picture in here is. So this is Steve will do its Instagram account. Trump. So he's either on. Oh, is this the quarterback over here?
No, that's Gronk. That's Rob. Oh wait, on the right.
Yeah,
Tom Brady. Yeah,
that's the guy with the failed fitness program. He owns Noble now.
Yeah, that's the one. The not so good T-shirt company.
Trump. Look at this haircut. I just cut my boy's hair. It's about as fucked up as his. Damn, that's a fucked up haircut.
You know what's really fucked up about
Jesus
that?
Christ. Is this
I
what
asked
the
him-
fuck happened to his hair?
I asked Avi yesterday. I was like, "Did you give yourself a haircut?" I feel bad about this.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I know it's so bad. I know. I'll tell you why it's so fucked up.
I was
It's my
like,
fault.
okay.
I'll post a picture of Avi today so you guys can see how fucked up his hair is.
I
He's
felt
such a
so-
good boy. Go ahead,
was-
say it.
I was like, "What? Did you give yourself a haircut?" And he goes, "I was like, did you do that to wear it for like headphones or something?" And he's like, "I don't know. Ask my dad." And then he like put his face in the couch and like rolled away.
Avi,
I felt
if
so
you're
bad.
dressed, come here, please. Fuck. I'll see if I can get him to tell the story. You guys
He
want to see
wasn't-
Cameo, the coolest fucking kid in the world? Avi, come here.
I don't think he was
Are you have
embarrassed.
clothes on? All right, come here.
He didn't seem embarrassed, but I was like, "Oh shit,
I can't believe I'm gonna do. I can't believe I'm gonna do this. Hold on, I'm gonna switch the speakers to. Come here, boy. You got it. You got to hook me up and come strong here, okay? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
See
I
if
can
we-
hear you. I can hear you.
You got okay. Come here, boy. Tell Caleb about. Look that way. Look that way.
Like that?
Yeah. Look that way for a second. No, other way. More.
Yeah, that.
So tell Caleb about your haircut. Let's talk about that story. Tell him what happened.
I don't know. You were cutting my hair.
I was cutting your hair,
Yeah.
but tell him what how this happened right here. This thing on the side.
Oh, we were gonna do a different haircut than this.
Oh,
But then I
okay.
wanted it like this, and it turned out.
On a 1 to 10, if 10's a perfect haircut and you have this haircut, what's this? If a 1 is ass and a 10 is great, what did I give you? You can be honest.
You get wait. 10 is what?
10 is amazing haircut and 1 is complete ass.
I'll give it an 8.
Oh wow.
An 8.
All right. All right.
Wow. Okay,
Right,
that's
thank
good.
you.
I mean, it's not like a horrible haircut. I just noticed that there was a little piece shaved off.
He had long hair, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, "Hey, just shave underneath." So I shaved underneath and you couldn't see it. And I had already shaved his brother's head like short army cut, right?
Yeah.
So then he goes, "All right, fuck it. Just make my hair short like theirs." But I had forgotten that I had already fucking balded him with no guard on the side. And I shaved it off. I was like, and he goes straight to the mirror and he goes, "Oh, this is a horrible haircut." He goes, "I should have left that shit long." I mean, he still looks good because he's a kid. I go, "It'll grow
Yeah.
back."
Yeah, it's like maybe a piece of gum got stuck there and he had to shave it off.
Yeah.
That's
What's crazy too is he doesn't know this, but like a week or two earlier, we got a notice from the jiu-jitsu studio saying that someone in the studio had lice.
oh,
Yeah.
yikes.
So I thought I was gonna have to shave their head anyway.
Yeah. Well, they look fine.
All right.
Bald?
No, look how fucked up this guy's hair is right here. Look at it. That dude's hair is jacked up.
No,
dude.
but what?
Oh yeah, that kid's sick. That's why that kid's bald. He got like cancer or something.
Uh-oh.
I know that sucks. I had cancer yesterday for a minute. I believe in God now. I'm serious. We're gonna start doing weird shit on Sundays. We're gonna start going to church.
No more morning shows. We got to go to 9 a.m. mass.
Okay. Someone's picking me up in 12 minutes to take me over to the venue. I'm getting there an hour and a half early because that's what you do when you have fucking OCD. And I'm gonna go over there and obsess and make sure the setup's right before the talk starts this morning. Caleb, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Once again, sorry we're late. We have all sorts of excuses. None of them are real. It's really just too much alcohol consumption. We love you. We'll work on our issue.